Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about antecedents and pronouns. So let's take a look. Pronouns and their antecedents. So here's a paragraph. I got this paragraph from Reading Skills for Today's Adults. So first, I want to look at all of the pronouns. And pronouns, so we have pronouns and we have the antecedents. Okay? Antecedent antecedent. I hope that's spelled right. Antecedent means the thing that the pronoun refers to. Okay, you have pronouns, we have the antecedents, and we always, whenever we use a pronoun, we have to know what the antecedent is, or it's really hard to understand what we're talking about. So let's look for the pronouns first. Don works at a flower shop. He, that's a pronoun, has many tasks. One, that's a pronoun, is to answer the telephone. Telephone orders are a big part of the shop sales. Don's boss told him how she wants it done. Okay, those are our pronouns. Now we have to find the antecedents to those pronouns. And as I said, antecedents mean what is that pronoun referring to? So let's take a look. Don works at a flower shop. He, who is he? He is referring to Don. He has many tasks. One is to answer the telephone. What is one referring to? One is referring to tasks. He has many tasks. One is to answer the telephone. Telephone sales are a big part of the shop's. Telephone orders are a big part of the shop's sales. Don's boss told him. Who is him referring to? It's referring to Don. Don's boss told him, and we could say it's referring to this Don right here. It's the same person, right? Told him how she wants it done. What's the she referring to? And now we know something that we didn't know before. She is referring to the boss. The boss is female. Don's boss is a woman. Don's boss told him how she wants it done. What is the it referring to? It is referring to the telephone orders. Okay? I know with all those arrows, I just made it kind of confusing, but it's more confusing if you don't understand what these pronouns are referring to. So I want to copy this page, and this time we're going to, let's go through that one more time. He refers to Don. One is referring to tasks. Him is referring to Don. She is referring to the boss. And it is referring to telephone orders. Okay? Now, let's take a look again and notice what kind of pronouns we're looking at. Or actually, no, I wanted to talk about the it. because in other languages, depending on what the gender of the noun is that it's referring to, we might say her rather than it. But in English, the only people, and this is super important to remember, so I'm going to write it down for you. In English, the only time a gender is used as a pronoun is when it is referring to a person or a close pet. Okay? I am never going to say the flower, she is pretty. Never. I will always say the flower, it is pretty. It is a pretty flower, not she is a pretty flower. I know that that is different in many languages, and I can hear that when I work with students, I hear that transference issue quite a bit. So just be careful when you are speaking about something that is inanimate, a thing, or even an animal that is not a close relative of yours. Like my dogs are both boys. I always call them he. But if it's a dog that belongs to my neighbor and I don't know, I will call it it. Okay. So the only time a gender is used is as a for a pronoun is when you're referring to a person or a close pet. So there are mistakes that people make when they speak English, and it's totally fine to make mistakes. But I want you to differentiate between big mistakes and little mistakes. Big mistakes are mistakes that you might make that will stop people from understanding you. Okay? They stop comprehension. That's a big mistake. If it's a little mistake just lets me know that you're learning English. Little mistakes don't stop comprehension. They might be a mistake like I say, he go to the store. I am never going to misunderstand you if you say he go to the store, even though that's a grammar error. I won't misunderstand that. And nor will other people. They will understand you as well. But if you make a big mistake, it gets in the way of comprehension. Mixing up and saying she for he or it for she or something, mixing up those pronouns and their antecedents, that's a big mistake. So, so work on your pronouns, and I have another video that goes into exactly what all the pronouns are in all the different parts of speech, whether it's the subject or the object pronoun or the possessive adjective. I have a great video and I will link it below, but this one, just watch out for those antecedents. What are the antecedents? And that the only time that you are going to use gender is when you are speaking about a person or a very close pet, not when you're speaking about random things, okay? And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.